Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to today's Honkai Star Rail video. So in today's Honkai Star Rail video, we are gonna talk about AV. And you know, AV is nothing naughty here. It refers to the action values of the characters that is displayed on the left hand side of the screen. So this is basically the turn order number, the one that decides which unit movements. And if you have this activated, sometimes the numbers changes if you have a speed buff unit, if you have an advanced fast forward unit. And how you get these numbers shown over here, you go to the escape button, right? Go to display the character's action value during a battle. So from here you will be able to see the details as to which units are taking their turn first, as well as the action value. So I've been wanting to do this topic for a very long time because I was reading up on some of the Chinese forums as to how these numbers are derived, how the changes from mechanics like Asta's ultimate as well as Bronya's ability could affect these numbers itself. But I didn't have the time to work on infographic, but my man Mr. Pokke, he did a set of infographic which is very helpful and easy to understand, and I just borrowed it from him. So if you guys like this sort of content, Mr. Pokke actually does them, and I'll link up his channel in the description down below so that you guys can visit his channel and have a look at this sort of content yourself. So this is how the action value is calculated. So as you guys can see, a very simple formula. A equals to D over S. So action value equals to distance over the speed of the unit. So this D value is derived to be 10,000. So don't ask me how they actually calculated it. I think they probably reverse engineered the numbers and they get this value. So this is the math for this. And if the unit is on top, right, the value is technically 0 because the unit is at the starting line. So treat this D value as a racetrack, which is 10,000 in value. So if the unit is at the top, the unit is at the finishing line, which is why the value is 0. So from here, right, the subsequent action values of the character is based off this first character movement. So for example, for Asta's case, right, in my team right now, I'm going to remove this. For Asta's case, Asta's speed stat is 114. So if you take 10,000 divided by 114, you get a rough value of about 87. And if you take a look at Natasha's speed, it's 103. So if you take 10,000 divided by 103, you'll get a rough value of 97. So Qingque is also 103, so it's also roughly 97. So as you guys can see, Asta's number will be 87, and since she's at the starting line, her value is sort of like the reference point, so 0 at the starting line. And for the next unit's turn to come, Natasha, you take 97 minus Asta's value, and that's where you get your 9 and your 10. So why is there a difference between Natasha and Qingque even though they have the same C stat? So in this game itself, there's some decimal values which are not presented in the raw stats in the stat screen itself. So that's why there will be some, I'll say, like derivation, right, when the numbers are rounded up. So that's the basic of the action value. So I'm going to put the simple math on screen over here. So A equals to D over S. So working on this, we move on to the next part of AV, and that is AV under the influence of a speed buff. So for this case, I'll use Asta and Natasha for an example. So the new A value calculated based on the turn for the character will be the original action value multiplied by the old speed divided by the new speed itself. So for now, her value is 103 for speed for Natasha, and after the buff, her speed will be 146 because my Asta's ultimate plus 43 speed to all allies. So over here, let's use the ultimate. So right here, her value is 0 because she's the one on the starting line. And for Asta's case, let's use her ultimate. Okay. Okay, so everybody got boosted, right? So everybody got their values increased, and her new speed now is 146, like I mentioned earlier. So this new value based on the calculation, let me just press the calculator really quickly. So it will be around 97 multiplied by 103 divided by 146. And the new action value for Natasha should be around 68 or 69 based on the decimal calculation. So without further ado, let's see what's her new action value. So 67, 68, 69. Let's go. Okay, as you guys can see, her action value is 69. So this number itself will determine the move order of the unit. So after the buff, her action value is of such, and based on the action values of all the other characters, they get rearranged based on these numbers calculated. So that's for the action value after the influence of a speed buff. And the next factor that affects your action value is none other than action advance forward. So for this case, I'll use Bronya as an example. So Bronya has a talent that buffs her own action based on her using her basic attack. So 21% over here. And the formula to calculate it is quite simple. You take the original A value of the unit, multiply by the new percentage change from the buff itself. So for Bronya's case, in this one will be 79%, because 100 minus 21%, that's 79%. So her original A value 104, based on her speed of 104, is around 96, 97, right? So multiplied by that, the new action value should be a value of 75, 76, 77, around there. So without further ado, let's showcase it over here. So she's the first unit in line. Let's use her basic attack. Okay, as you guys can see, her action value has been shifted to 76. So that is for the action fast forward value part to affect your action value. And lastly, I want to talk about the extra turn mechanic. So the best unit to refer for will be CD. So CD gets an additional turn after she kills a unit in her resurgence skill. And basically what this does is the same for your ultimate, same for your follow-up. It simply slots the unit onto the next turn to be taken. So what happens is CD kills somebody, she will just jump right in front of this fish monster over here, and then she will get another turn from there. So it is the same for your follow-up attack, like Clara's counter attack, like your ultimates from your character. So let's press Ward's ultimate. So she will basically jump into the kill itself. So the action value of the unit is not affected, as you guys can see, and all it does is you put the unit ahead of all the other units in terms of taking their turn. So the subsequent turns of the unit will still be affected by the action value. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this action value short guide. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you guys like this sort of content, do remember to like and subscribe in order to see more in the future, and I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys!